Namaskar, I Ashi Agarwal welcome you all to Uday India Digital. Today, I will tell you about the Western hypocrisy. News is coming from America. Torrential rains flooded New York City on September 29, 2023, causing widespread damage and disruption. The flooding was caused by stalled low-pressure area that brought heavy rains and thunderstorms to the region. Some areas received over 6 inches of rain in a short period of time, leading to flash floods and overflowing rivers and streams. The flooding caused significant damage to homes and businesses, and several subway lines were shut down. Major roads were also flooded and blocked, making travel difficult. At one point, over 1 lakh people were without power in New York City. Governor Kathy Hochul declared a state of emergency for New York City, Long Island, and the Hudson Valley. The National Guard was also activated to help with the rescue and recovery efforts. Water rushed through the ceilings of some stations and down the steps of several others, forcing the closure of many lines of the New York subway system in Brooklyn. With 420 stations and more than 30 lines, the New York Underground is one of the largest such rail networks in the world. Millions of citizens depend on it to get to work and school. At the Grand Central Terminal in the middle of Manhattan, trains were cancelled, leaving travelers trying to get to the suburbs stranded for hours. Now, remember the coverage by the international media over the recent flooding in Delhi. New Delhi also saw unprecedented rains and flood situations for the first time in decades, but the hypocritical media of the West did not waste a single moment in criticizing India. The floods in Delhi on July 14, 2023 were covered in international media outlets such as the BBC, Reuters, the New York Times and the Guardian. The coverage generally focused on the severity of the flooding, the damage it caused, and the government's response. The BBC reported that the flooding was the worst in Delhi in decades and that it had displaced thousands of people. The article also noted that the flooding had caused widespread damage to infrastructure and property. Reuters reported that the flooding was caused by heavy monsoon rains and the release of water from a dam upstream. The article also quoted experts who said that the flooding was exaggerated by poor planning and development in Delhi. The New York Times reported that the flooding had caused widespread chaos and disruption in Delhi. The article also noted that the flooding had highlighted the city's vulnerability to climate change. Now, compare this with the floods in New York. New York is a millennium city known for its infrastructure and the amenities the city provides to its citizens. And despite that, the city is submerged in water. Streets are flooded. People are stranded. The mayor declaring emergency. Why? According to the Western hypocrisy, these cities and countries are well equipped to handle such situations, and they are far better than any Asian nation, leave alone India. Then why did such a situation arise there? These Western hypocrites had turned a blind eye to the facts and started blaming the government and its policies. Worse, even Indians started asking such questions, and you all know how the CM of Delhi had reacted to such a grave situation. We have to stop seeing ourselves from a Western glasses as they are tinted. They blind your vision, and most importantly, they are hypocrites. They behave like वो करे तो रास लीला, हम करे तो character ढीला. But this will not happen now. We have started replying to them in their own style. You are seeing EAM S. Jaishankar's assault style. This is the need of the hour, and we need to keep this attitude in every scenario. implications of the imminent US shutdown on US and the world. Before the deadline, this weekend, a government shutdown is all but probable due to the ongoing deadlock in the Washington. The Republican-controlled House has made little headway, most notably with Speaker Kevin McCarthy's last-ditch effort failing on Friday, as the Senate advances with a bipartisan strategy intended to keep the government open. Millions of federal workers will be furloughed and many more will be required to work without pay until the shutdown is over, if spending provisions are not passed by Saturday night. People's daily reliance on a few federal safety services is also in danger, from decreasing funding for vital food assistance programs to probable customer service delays for clients of understaffed Medicare and Social Security offices. Everything is in decline. With this, I wrap up this edition. Stay tuned to Uday India.